Breaking news, my wonderful people. Nigeria, like they say, it will never change. It's the same country over and over again. Do you know what court has just done to Sunday Igboho's judgment of 20 billion naira against the secret police? These are people who came to his house unannounced. Now there is a constitution, that's if we have any, where things should be done decently and in order. You don't go and arrest somebody after 7 p.m. And if for any reason they have to be an arrest, it has to be for a very cogent reason. You know, Igboho was never invited to the police station. Normally, police can come and invite you. It's not an harassment. They will come to your house, invite you to the station to answer some questions according to Nigerian constitution, because we followed our colonial masters, the British one. Yes, they can come to your house if it's after 7 p.m. and invite you to the police station to answer some few questions based on the suspicion that they've been having. But there was never any such thing whatsoever at all. There was never any such thing whatsoever at all. They came to his home unannounced in the night, destroyed his home, and at the end of the day, see what we have. He charged them to court, see exactly what is going on, see what court has just done to his case. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like us, share, subscribe. Let's get all the details. The Nigerian Secret Police Department of State Service, DSS, has shortly after the judgment that indicted its approached, the apex court asked it to nullify the judgment. The three-man panel of judges led by Justice Musio Hassan in its ruling stated that the Oyo State High Court ignored the grounds for the case in acquiring jurisdiction, and that the judge should not have decided on the award of damage based on his own preference. Justice Akintola of Oyo State High Court had on September the 17th, 2021, while delivering judgment on the fundamental human right enforcement suit, declared that the raid conducted by the Department of State Security Services on residents of the Yoruba Nation agitator, Chief Sunday Adeyemo, fondly called and popularly known as Sunday Igboho in Ibadan, is illegal. The court has also ordered DSS to pay him the sum of 20 billion to Igboho as compensation for the damage. Akintola has described DSS action as barbaric, aggressive, and prejudiced against Igboho. SAR Reporters has reported that the Soka Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria home of the pro-Yoruba self-determination activist was invaded by men from the DSS at about 1:30 a.m. on July the 1st, 2021, leading to the arrest of 12 of his aides, while Igboho managed to escape the arrest. Following the raid, Igboho sued the federal government and demanded damages. Igboho asked the court to order DSS to pay him the sum of 500 million as special damage for the damage done to his home, his cars, and another 500 billion in expenses and aggrieved for damages breaching his fundamental human rights and the malicious invasion of his home, as well as an order directing the federal government and other residents to tender a public apology in 2 national dailies. Igboho filed the application through his lawyer Yomi Alori in enforcing his fundamental human rights to Section 34, subsection 42 of the 1999 Constitution as amended, and relevant articles of the African Chapter on Human and People's Rights. The application was filled in on July the 22nd before the Ibadan Division, Oyo State High Court. Igboho also sought an order of the court directing its respondents to return all items seized from his home. He had listed the items as 2 million naira in cash, €1 travel document including international passport belonging to him and his family members, gold, jewelry, wristwatch, two mobile phones, and other items yet unknown, but which were allegedly carried away by the SSS when his home was invaded. My dear, Nigeria, only God will save us. So because of this man was driven out of the shores of Nigeria. What did he do? He said it is not right, it is wrong, okay, for Nigerians to be treated, especially those of our brothers and sisters in the southwest region of the country, the way things were going. It was unacceptable. And so he committed himself to the cause to see to it that justice is served. And he called on, first of all, the local government, the traditional rulers. Nobody could actually help, to be quite candid. He went as far as involving the governor of the state, Sheyi Makinde. It seemed like all efforts were falling on deaf ears. The guy had to rise up to the occasion. And honestly, sincerely speaking, his rising up to the occasion gave confidence to the people. They could now return to their farms. And honestly, the Fulani herdsmen who were trying to invade and penetrate into Oyo State kept for a stayed back for a while, because that is to say they know exactly what they are doing. And there are some people, certain individuals, who were backing them up in some of these activities that they were engaged in. Yes, and so this whole thing went on, and before you could say it, Jack Robinson, here we are. Igboho, took on the challenge and, started ensuring that the Fulanis do not invade into the southwest region. And when he saw that the government of Nigeria has no iota of care for the people, he took it further and said, you know what, it's high time we even leave Nigeria. Okay, there are other countries in Europe smaller than the whole of the southwest. So why can't we be a people and begin to regulate our education and ensure that children go to school and we manage our resources? For this cause, the federal government turned against him vehemently, as though he's the enemy of the state. Yet they have no program, nothing whatsoever to protect lives and properties of the people who they are supposed to be governing over. And so for Igboho rising up and giving the people a hope, the government turned against him. His home was invaded, cars destroyed. His uncle, who was blind, Igboho invited his uncle to help him out. And unfortunately, that was the day, yes, that his home was raided. And like a blind man, he was shot in the whole process. And guess what? Nigerian government feel it is okay. And that is called oppression. Oppression is when you do something to somebody who could possibly do nothing to you or retaliate. And the truth of the matter is, when you oppress people, there is somebody who does not want anything called oppression. He will be the one to answer you. He's the maker. He doesn't like it when people are oppressed. Especially, for instance, you call them widows, fatherless, orphans, then you go ahead and you oppress them and they cry to God. Well, Nigeria has come to that stage where we have to begin to reevaluate, our interests. Where are we really standing in all of this? Do we have a focus? Of course not with this administration, not with this government. This government has nothing to offer to the people. And they just want people to stay put. And guess what? They keep saying to Nigerians, be patient. Why more of you die? There is a particular number we want to shed off. Anyway, my wonderful people, these are some of the things that are going on, and it is high time, it's expedient that we begin to, ensure that we rise up to the occasion and bring a nation back to the track where it ought to be. Because these people continue to do things, that suits them only. Most of them, they continue to do those things that suit them only. We can't continue like that, not anymore. Not anymore. Those days are over. Far. Bye for now.